Hello everybody, Harper here, and today we are going to be doing a very special Halloween review on the channel. The most Halloween video game I can think of that isn't directly horror is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Also, have you noticed, I got my costume. Alright, let's show it off. So I had to wear the costume for the review. I just wanted to say, it's a little big, as you can tell. The hood just doesn't work the best. It's a little quite big, but I can stand up. Barely fits. I mean, barely is small enough that the ends of the robe don't hit my feet in the floor. So that is quite good, I must say. So let's get right into the review. So now, because it is Halloween and I have a lot of stuff to get to, I thought might just do an unscripted review today. Especially because I'm thinking about uploading 2 reviews, one for a movie and one for a video game, which the video game one is right now. I would love to have done one for an anime, but I can't think of much anime that is quite themed around Halloween or even has many episodes related to Halloween. I guess there's some, but like anime like that, Halloween isn't the biggest thing in Japan. From what I've seen, it's mostly just parties and only in specific areas like the big shopping districts like Shibuya and everything. All that. So we unfortunately won't be doing an anime review this time around. But fortunately, we got the shirt, an anime shirt. Yes, I know it's a probably one of the biggest anime, and I like to cover more obscure anime on the channel. So unfortunately, we didn't quite get around to doing anime, and this is the only anime shirt that kind of looked decent with the robe. So finally, we'll get right into the review. So, spoilers ahead, but the game has been out for a few decades at this point. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, my favorite game of all time, and I'm very happy to be doing the review for it. So, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask was released on the Nintendo 64 in the year 2000. It was the dawn of the new millennium and a very great game release, that being Majora's Mask. So, basically, we follow Link, kind of like what many people speculate to be the end of the Ocarina of Time. So we're basically the game opens with a cutscene where Link is riding on a Epona. Skull Kid, which you'll see, Skull Kid comes around, and he basically knocks him off the horse. It gets in the thing. Skull Kid turns Link into a Deku, and we go through this kind of like tunnel-y forest thing, and then we meet the Happy Mask salesman. He basically tells Link, I'll turn you back into a human if you can get this mask from me. It's kind of cursed. So we go into Clocktown, the Happy Mask salesman, very important in this game story. So, yeah. Also, there's a Nintendo 64 release from the 3DS, just the regular 3DS release that's also compatible or backwards compatible with the new Nintendo 2DS and 3DS. So basically, the game is very great because it's got also one thing I want to mention. Sorry for the scriptless review, but yeah, it's obviously got the 3-day cycle, but you can go back in time when you learn new songs on the ocarina and all that. But very much so that this game is very good, that proves it, is that how great this game is just by, I love everything about it. It's like Ocarina of Time, we all know is great, and you just make Ocarina of Time, but in a much darker theme. It's very great. You see characters that were in Ocarina of Time, they act different. So, the 3-day cycle, you start out in Clock Town, and you're basically trying to get to the Great Fairy Fountain to turn back into regular Link. And there's all these kind of great quests and storylines, like you have to collect the mask. The longest quest, but also most satisfying one, is definitely the Cafe and Anju quest. If you don't know those characters, it is required to beat the game. It's a very long and big quest, but let me tell you, don't give up if you get to this quest in the game. It is so satisfactory. It takes very long and is quite difficult, but there's just so many other things to the game. Like, you got the moon, you got the Skull Kid storyline, you got the ending, the Happy Mask salesman. There's so many good characters. Obviously, like mentioned before, Cafe and Anju, just or Anju. I've seen it be pronounced both ways, but it's just such a good game. It's got these dark themes like Ocarina of Time, unlike Ocarina of Time, I mean. And obviously it's got the Ocarina system. Just so many great things about this game. Now, let's get into the actual review. Um, what would I say is my favorite part of this game? I would say the way the boss battles work are pretty good. But honestly, the best part of the game is really just comes down to the story. Like, the story is great. Like, there's just so many good details, you know. Now, the story of Majora's Mask, because you're in a whole new setting. We're not in Hyrule anymore. I should have mentioned that earlier. But there's the three giants and the moon. The moon's about to crash down because if Link doesn't stop it in 3 days, it's such a good story. Like, I totally would recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it. If you want an easier handheld version, get the 3DS version. You can easily mod your 3DS. If you want the classic cartridge version on the 64, do that. Anything works. Now, happy Halloween, everybody. Go out and play this game. But before I end off the video here, what would I give the review here? 10 out of 10. I can't lie. It is my favorite game of all time. I'm quite biased, especially my favorite Zelda game of all time. I know I'm a little biased on this one, but it is a great game, and I totally recommend it to anybody. So, goodbye, have a great Halloween, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.